Nobody cares about it. You have Darul Ulooms all over the world. You have Muftis all over the world. Nobody cares about it. Nobody teaches the subject. And yet the snake is pumping its venom into the Muslim community around the world, paralyzing us. The Prophet ﷺ gave us money. We call it sunnah money. We never even heard the term of sunnah money. What is sunnah money? It's also in the Quran. It's not just sunnah, it's also in the Quran. It is gold and silver coins. Gold and silver coins. That money is money where the value is inside the money. And then the Jews and the Christians substituted that money with paper. On Sunday we're going to be dealing with this subject in detail. But guess what happened when you abandon Muhammad alayhi wasalam? You abandon him and you follow the Jews and Christians down into the lizard's hole. And you start using the paper. And you, of course, you sing in Qasida down in the lizard's hole as well. Ya Nabi Salam Alayka, down in the lizard's hole. When you work for a whole month and you get your salary with a gold coin, and that money could buy a camel, and you carry your money home, you give it to your wife, she put it away. 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years later, you take it out. Demand and supply remaining constant, you could still buy the camel. Yeah. Because the value of the money is in the money, intrinsic. But guess what happens when you abandon Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam? You abandon Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam and you're using the paper money. You get your salary. Instead of giving you a gold coin, they give you paper now. It could buy a camel, So you carry the money home, you give it to your dullahin. Then she put it away. 5 years later, you take it out. Can't buy a camel anymore, could only buy a donkey now. You're laughing? It's not a laughing matter. No? You lose the whole month of your sweat, and only 2 weeks left now, 2 weeks gone. You have suffered loss. Did you ever realize that your loss was someone else's gain? Has it ever entered into your consciousness that your loss was someone else's gain? That as the value of the money fell, there's a massive transfer of wealth from the masses to a blood-sucking predatory elite. Yeah, that is riba as well. And then when you take out the money, another 5 years later, can't buy a donkey anymore, could only buy a goat. And if you wait long enough, you could only buy doubles. That way Indonesia reached today. Could only buy doubles. That way Turkey reached today. Could only buy doubles. This is our pathetic state. We have abandoned the Prophet ﷺ, abandoned his sunnah on these very crucial, vital issues of shirk and riba. What can we do? How can we stay out of shirk? How can we stay out of riba? I don't know about you, but I know about myself that I do not recognize the sovereignty of the state of Trinidad and Tobago. They could put me in jail for that. Go ahead, I do it. And me going and vote in no elections for no PNM or no UNC. That's how I will do it. And I'm not pledging allegiance to the constitution of this state. No. I will never do that. Of course, like everybody else, I just use the word Monday and Tuesday and January and February. So I have to pray to Allah and ask Him for forgiveness for that shirk. Because sometimes I just also say Friday, which is shirk. How can we stay away from riba? How can we bring back sunnah money? You can't do it in the market today. You've got to have to build a Muslim village. And in the Muslim village, you will have the Muslim market. And in the Muslim market, yes, you can try to bring back sunnah money. And when I stand up in this country to offer the project of a Muslim village, I am viciously attacked, maliciously attacked, monstrously attacked by the president of the ASJA. Awesomely misguided man, awesomely misguided Jamaat. But he who laughs last, laughs best. If this is our pathetic state on the front of shirk and of riba, what about the rest of the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ? We're talking about Muhammad ﷺ and the world today. Nabi Muhammad ﷺ was sitting in his home when his sister-in-law came in, his wife's sister. Aisha radiallahu ta'ala anha had an elder sister named Asma. So she came in and she was wearing clothing which was a bit transparent. So when the Messenger of Allah saw her, he turned his face away. And he said to her, Asma, when a girl reaches the age of puberty, so now she has a monthly cycle, nothing must be seen of her body except this. And he pointed to the face, and this, and he pointed to the hands. And so a woman is supposed to be covered. We use the word hijab to describe that covering, hijab. But actually hijab means a curtain. That no one can speak to Allah except min wara'il hijab. When our mothers were alive and our grandmothers were alive, we never saw a Muslim woman on the street bareheaded. Eh? You ever saw your mother bareheaded? Or your grandma? Nani Ammi? No. They used to wear something called orni. But at least they were covered. Already? Why are our Muslim women today? Illa masha'Allah. The woman in hijab is the exception. The majority of our Muslim women today have abandoned hijab and have followed the Jews and Christians down into the lizard hole. She gone to work in the bank, and she's dressed like all the others in the bank. You wouldn't know she's a Muslim woman. This abandonment of the Sunnah has taken place before our eyes. Do we make an effort to try to correct it? If your wife is not in hijab, you have to answer for it. You're president of the Jamaat? You're the president of the Islamic Association? And your wife is going to work in bareheaded? Is this a joke? And your daughter going to school bareheaded? And she's a big girl? Is this a joke? What about the rest of the community? When you see Muslim women bareheaded on the streets, what about the rest of the Muslim community? Listen to the Prophet